Where I'm located in New Haven is a great example of this apocalyptic thinking, borrowing from Revelation, borrowing from thinking about the end times and understanding the new world in this way. So, John Davenport, here on the left, is one of the founders of the city of New Haven. He was told by John Cotton, come and join us. You need to be part of this religious movement of the Congregationalists, the Puritans who have come. They have a completely different idea than the Anglicans in England. You know, some of them are exiled. They're coming to seek a new establishment of a new church. And so there's this sense of something new is here where they feel like they're doing what is most godly, most heavenly. And John Davenport is enticed by this, comes, establishes New Haven in 1638. And in his mind, and actually in his writings, he wants it to be as like the New Jerusalem as possible. And in thinking about that, New Haven, the city, in very apocalyptic eschatological ways. And one example of that, very strangely, is the 9 square grid in which New Haven is built. So you can actually still come and visit the city and see how the city is laid out in this particular way. And you'll see in the middle is the New Haven Green, which is one of the largest greens in New England. And urban legend has it, I haven't been able to confirm this through any documentation, but that John Davenport wanted the green to be so large because he felt like it was going to be where the 144,000 were going to be upon to be the elect of God upon the coming of the Son of Man of Christ. I don't have confirmation of that, but we do have is the measurements of the city. And actually the 52 rods measurements of the 9 square grid that you see actually match almost exactly to the measurements of Solomon's temple in Ezekiel. And they also mimic lots of the square formations that you find in Hebrew Bible. So for example, the encampment of the Israelites is square, right? In this particular way in which you have the households, the tribes of Israel around in the center of worship, the tabernacle in the center. It's also described that way in Ezekiel. And then you also finally get to the New Jerusalem, in which you have a perfectly square city with the temple right in the middle. And that's what you have in New Haven. You have the households of New Haven, like the names of the tribes around the walls of New Jerusalem. And in the center, you have the center church on the green, the oldest church now in New Haven, right, established at the time, in the middle on the green. So there's this heavenly, apocalyptic urban planning, I would say, right, already built into the bones of New Haven. And part of this thinking of America as a New Jerusalem, as this destination that's going to shine, be righteous, right? This divine American exceptionalism, to couch it and to think about it in that way. You also have examples in the writings of the Puritan fathers like Cotton Mather, who is a descendant of John Cotton and the Mather family. So you have him writing Theopolis Americana, which is basically America's city of God. And he writes about an essay on the Golden Street of the Holy City. And he's equating New England to the holy city, right? Either metaphorically or literally, he makes that equation in which it should be a more righteous place than any other place, and it needs to be a shining example because it is the city of God. So you have this constant conceptualization, identification of America as the New Jerusalem, as either as a metaphor or literally in the bones of a city, or missionally, right? Theologically, it needs to imitate it in that particular way. But it's steeped in this understanding of end times predictions and also a call, right, to be holy, to be pure in this particular way, to be a destination understood as heavenly and God's city.